We're here with free agent James Browne. What did you do?
Yo, I came third place at the Galway Regional playing Labrynth. I went X1
Cool.
on the day.
All right, we're getting kicked out, so we're gonna go quick here. But,
yeah, I don't.
We'll show the text anyways as much as
X1,
possible.
I played 2 Kashtira, I played 2 Snake Eyes, I played 1 Labmere, and I played 1 Exo Sister. It was my 1 rogue matchup of the day. My loss was to Kashtira.
Which is a very hard matchup for Lab,
it's a tricky one. The last card in hand was Talon's Draw 2, which played into him winning the game.
Okay.
Unfortunately for me, but I was happy with
so
that
one lady, one lovely, 2 lady.
Yeah, so it's going to be 1 lovely, 2 lady standard. So it's just 3
Ariana, 1 Ariane,
1 Ariane,
3 Tans,
3 and 3, and I play 1 and 2. So the only things that are kind
of... Oh, you put it back in? Cool. The Butler.
The Butler, yeah, I put it back in. So the only small changes here are maining the pink one and maining 1 Butler. And the furniture bills, you kind of don't really need this.
Yeah.
So people played at 0, and you could probably play just 3, and that'd be fine. I don't think it's correct or incorrect to play. There's I found when I played this on the Thursday before and on Saturday, I felt there's just lots of scenarios where I felt like it came up, and I wanted it in the deck for being like a level 6 to make Chaos Angel with the 4s.
That too,
yeah. Because I'm playing 4 of them. There was just like lots of kind of weird spots. Where I felt like I wanted to get Lovely out of my hand sometimes instead of just discarding it, because sometimes you don't want to discard it and get like banished out of your grave necessarily. It actually won in round 1. It won me a game where I had it this plus Lovely were close to time, and his board was Heat Soul Dracosack, and he went to attack me, and then I just summoned Lovely from hand, and those monsters can't attack over it in close to time was pretty clutch.
Nice.
So yeah, really happy. And then Ariane was really good. I wanted just a 7th card to get the rollbacks out of my hand without having to set them. I mean, you can set them with this and send them in field, but sometimes you draw them and then you just want. Essentially, what you kind of want to do with the rollbacks is that you want to kind of like set one on your opponent's turn with Lady, and then when it's back to you, welcome into this, and then send it for grave. So you're plussing off of it, even if this is negated, you're still getting the rollback in grave. So it was really impactful. I really liked it. It was a last minute decision to put it in. So shout out to Connor who made me put it in. I was also on 41 to the last minute. I cut it back to 40 to get these in. So it was really tight on space. 2 and 3. I think that's pretty standard.
Yeah.
You'd play if you're playing full furniture with this. You play 3, but that's fine. Feel spell. I don't know how to feel about it. I think it's really good. It's super impactful. I don't think you cut it. I just don't know how much I needed it. There's definitely spots where I wanted it when I didn't have it, but I don't know how much I needed to
still
play.
mainable? Yeah,
I would keep maining it, but I'm not 100% sure if you have to.
Okay.
Extra 1 piss ugly gold rare. For as long as I played Labrynth, which is for a full year now, there's no card that loves me in the deck more than X-Drive. I draw this all the time, constantly, and it's always amazing. And I open this a lot, and yet I was still bricking even after these draws. I'm 7 cards deep in my deck, and I still had unplayable hands all day. It was crazy how bad my hands were. I had so many hands of 4 non-engine and like 1 engine that would get interrupted constantly, so I really struggled. But I was able to play through with my non-engine, thankfully, in games. 1 Daruma, that's the only normal trap I play as a target, and then 3 rollback.
Oh wow, nice.
Is what I went with. This was kind of all I needed. I don't think you even need to play the Daruma cannon, but I wanted to have it for any. I didn't want to get caught out by any kind of weird niche matchups. Like I didn't want to get stuck under a Noir or like the Raid Raptors. There's a lot of chatter about Raid Raptors coming up to the event, so I didn't want to like 2 or 3 towers to be on the board and me to just like not have an out to them in game 1s.
Yeah, just.
And I would keep playing it. It's just a nice answer to.
It's good against Cash as well.
Yeah, good against Cash. I opened it game 1, round 1 against Kashtira. I hard opened it. And that saved my ass from from losing, because I had no other way to play, but I stopped him and I was able to play it next turn. 3 rollback. I've played 1, 2, and 3. I've played all versions or all amounts you can play. I think 3 is probably right. You can break on it. Locals I break on it, but it was really good. Anytime I went furniture pitch rollback on my opponent's turn, I felt like I just won the game. I don't think it was even close at that point. I not just won the games, but won them decisively. It was just it's such a strong push. Like. I think you got to stick with 3, and then I guess 3 imperms are also normal traps that I'm playing, but it's like a segue into the hand traps.
That's the hand traps, yeah.
So 3 Nib, 3 Ash, 2 Veiler. My idea for the event when playing it was I wanted to play 12 hand traps. I could only fit in 11 in the end, but I felt like that for this deck, utilizing 12 hand traps is one of the things that's really good at. So I wanted to get back to playing it with 12 hand traps again.
Nice.
And this is kind of the space. Veiler was amazing. Veiler was so good all day. Nibiru was great. Ash comes out against Snake Eyes in game 2.
Yeah, everyone's seen that.
But I played, the amount of games I played where these were the only cards in my hand. My opening 5 was usually a combination of all of these 4 cards all day. And I won multiple games playing with only these. I won a game where the Nibiru carried a lot. So I had Nibiru my opponent, and then I'd go like normal Veiler, Anima, take the token, make SP Little Knight, banish something, and then play Little Knight control. I had another game where I Nibiru'd them, had to normal Ash to make Muckracker, summon back a Stovey because my trap was ashed.
Yeah.
So I needed to get the Stovey back so I could discard it to continue playing. These cards I played with constantly. Imperms to summon Lady. I needed to use these as monsters. So the fact that they were monsters was really good. And also Veiler being a level 1 for Anima is really helpful too. And Droll is the same in that regard.
True.
So they're good monsters.
But other than that, Droll is crap, right?
Droll, yeah, it's in my side. A spoiler for my side deck was...
Yeah.
I never sided it in at any point. That's the main deck.
Not to rush you, just because I know.
We're rushing for time, but there isn't. I don't have too much more to say. These cards are great. I don't think I change for the main deck. I don't think I change anything. I played with the Black Goat last. You probably might be wondering about that card if it's good or bad. I didn't like it. It was the 41st card. I was playing 41 with 1 in the deck, and I decided to take it out. There's just some matchups where it's not very good. Kashtira is a big one, and I'm glad I wasn't playing because round 1 and 2 was Kashtira. I think in that matchup it's not very good. There's some matchups where it's crazy. When I played at locals against Rescue Ace and I called Turbulence, the game was like over. And you can call like Flambird, so it is really impactful, but I need to try more. I'm not really convinced on it yet. I saw Mr. Joshua Schmidt playing with 3 and 3 in his lab deck, so I'm really curious about how he fit all that in. And not like hand traps, and how that wasn't bricky, because I feel like I even break even on the rollbacks. I open hands with like 2 rollback and no way to discard them. It feels terrible, but that's variance for you. Extra deck 2 extra you can play Prosp if you can't afford the duplicates. Prosp is fine. Extra is better, but there's nothing wrong with Prosp either. You can also play both. Gunther plays both. Christian Urena plays them both, and as he noted, if you get Ashen Extra, you can prosper it after, if you're so inclined. But I think that these cards are crazy. These are the only ones you need to play, right? These are the ones that really matter. These, and also the only ones that I think are mandatory are these and Dark. They're all crazy. They're all amazing cards, and the rest is just kind of fluff to suit yourself. I played a Dweller because I played both 4s, so you could make this. Going first. I don't know if I'd do it blind game 1, but in theory I could make it. Maybe game 3 against Snake Eyes, you could just make it going first.
If you know what's the most popular deck in the room, you could chance it.
Yeah, for sure. Round 6, my last round, I played the Lab Mirror against Alvin. He didn't know what I was playing, which is amazing. He didn't know since I've been playing.
Because you play Lab all the time, yeah.
Well, actually, every time I play him, I'm playing Runic as it happens.
Oh, fair.
But just the fact that I played 6 rounds in the room, he didn't know what I was playing. So game 1, he went for the blind Dweller. He went Clock, Ariana, summoned Ariane, put the Ariana back in his hand, summoned it back out, and he made Dweller, and that was 5 summons, so he got Nibiru'd in Labrynth, and I went Nibiru pitch Stovey, so I was miles ahead in that game right away. Link 1s for this. Anima, I must have made Anima a million times. 4 or 5, 6 games in a row I made this. I was summoning Veiler, making Anima all day. It was crazy. Little Knight came up a couple times. More often than usual, I was doing Little Knight control, as I mentioned, because I was playing with just my hand traps in a lot of games. Unicorn, Little Knight, SP at home, when you're fiend locked. Another just an out to towers is a fiend. And then you have two slots left. I think these last two slots could probably be like a second Dark and a second Anima going forward. But I just, for some niche scenarios, I played 1 Mirror Jade and Albion.
Wilds.
I played these before actually.
Wait, are you citing Branded Fusion?
No, I'm not citing Branded Fusion. It's for when you go Dark, take Albaz, you can use the effect to fuse into.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Really, really good in the mirror. That's one of the strongest plays you can do if you're playing this Branded. It's so good. And then target to send, so you can use Albion, use Mirror Jade effect. Just send the Albion.
Very cool.
Or just make Albion to summon this. Actually, you couldn't do that because you wouldn't have an Albaz to make Mirror Jade. But you can just send whatever. The last target doesn't matter. Rimbrum is usually the best one, but it doesn't matter.
I like that.
And the side was Phantasme was amazing. This is the best card. I wanted to main this. It's not good enough to main. Like, it's not generic enough to main, but God, it's so good into Snake Eyes. I had my Snake Eyes opponent in a torture chamber because I opened Veiler, Phantasme, the Butler, Big Welcome, and the Big Lady. And so the amount of plays I did in his turn was obscene. This card's so good. It applies so much pressure on the deck right away. And so for Snake Eyes, what I was doing is, my main side was, I'd side in the 4 cards I put in particular were the 3 Phantasme and then 1 Magnamut. I'd usually put the 4 of these in because when they go first, you can Magnamut search for Phantasme. So they'll always have a Dark because they'll always go through Link Rebo. So you'll always be able to get Phantasme, and then they want to summon a Link on your turn because they want to summon IP from the back row. So you can just Phantasme them then and draw again. And then you have 2 big monsters on board as well, applying pressure on top of everything else.
Okay.
And then I also played the 1 Druid Storm. That was more for Labrynth. It didn't go in against Snake Eyes, but just an alternative target. 3 Droll, never set it in.
Terrible,
It was just bad. Nothing to say. Obviously, I'd keep playing it just because you never know.
Yeah.
Some weird combo
Some
deck.
weird
is gonna ruin
Exodia
your day.
Magicvector deck might come up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some guys start adding all the Exodia pieces right in front of you.
Yeah.
2 Bell. It was 2 for siding patterns. It probably could be 3 because I've got some funny one-ups in here.
Sure.
Bell was really good. Won me a game.
Did you main thrust? Oh, hang on, you didn't.
Yeah, no thrust. Bell won me a game against Labrynth, as you'd expect it to. But yeah, it was really, really clutch. Yeah, I was really happy with Bell. Would stick with it. Usually I'd put in like the Bells and the Phantasmes and the 1 Magnum. It would be the 6 to go in for Snake Eyes. And they were all really, really good.
Nice.
And then I got some 5 1-ups. So DDG, obviously, for Snake Eyes going first.
Yep.
Eradicator also won me a game against Labrynth. Was really, really clutch. Against Alvin, he went... I had Summon Lady, and he used his Welcome, and I went Chain Lady, said Eradicator, and he said, uh-oh. That was very... End of the game.
And his hand was full of monsters.
Well, he went set 3 end phase, and then that was the end of him pretty quick. So really, really crazy in the mirror. First or second. Then I played Similar Archfiends.
Oh, yeah.
My haha funny card. It's... If you don't know, it's D-Barrier.
It's like D-Barrier, yeah.
It's like D-Barrier, but it also hits links. You can't summon any monsters the same extra type as monsters you currently control. It also includes rituals. So once they're on Link, Karibo, and Snake Eyes, they can't link summon again. It's really, really good. There's some ways to play around it because like you can it's just you can't summon one that you already control, so you can get rid of the one you control, but you can't link Climb, which is the main thing. So it does. Yeah. It didn't really come up. It didn't come up, to be honest. But I want to stick with it. It's still good into their matchups. Like even if it's branded, you're thinking, oh, D-Barrier is better, but they're going to go Albion, Lebellion first anyway, and then you just lock them. They can't make the Mirror Jade, like, and they go Lebellion and discard, and then you've just discarded for nothing, like. So really good. And then I had my favorite card, Barrier Statue.
Barrier Statue. I hate this card.
Barrier Statue.
I have a 35-minute Cashier profile where I rant about this.
Yeah, if you get it, it's really good. You just sit on it. You just like don't play and see what they do about it. Against Snake Eyes, again, against fire decks. I don't see why you wouldn't play this in Labrynth because of fire, when fire is so popular. Like, the only thing is someone is Black Witch and run it over, and then if you have just any answer to the Black Witch, any answer to die Bellstar, and you're good, like, as long as you didn't play into Titan.
It also makes them waste their battle phase.
Yeah, exactly, and you get another turn, which is really good. And then I had 1 slot left. This probably could be the 3rd Bell, but I just play Call By.
What's a good card?
It's the 15th. I just had, because I moved the Ariane from my side to my main, and so I had 1 slot left. I should say, by the way, that the Pink Lady Ariane summons it from deck because it summons level 14.
Oh,
so that's how you play it. So it's searchable. So if you can play, you can do the big welcome, like turn 1 play. You can just go Ariane effect summon this from deck. And that's a really good turn 1 play.
Cool.
So,
any shoutouts?
Yeah, shoutouts to I do have important shoutouts.
Don't forget to look up.
To the boys I traveled with up to Galway, particularly to Peter. You probably don't know that as of Friday, which is the day before the regionals, I was playing Sprite for the event. I was playing going second Sprite. I brought the build up. I got demolished in testing on Friday night so badly that I quit the deck and I picked this one back up again. So thank you to Peter, especially for shouting that, and to Art and to Connor, who helped me rebuild this deck from scratch. I didn't feel good about the Snake Eyes matchup, and then in testing with Connor, he played Labrynth and I played Snake Eyes, and then he won every game in that. So it gave me confidence that I could beat Snake Eyes more regularly and kind of figure out how to beat Snake Eyes as well. So thanks to those, and to Andrew and Mauricio, two of the other guys who were in our hostel room as well. Woo-hoo. So and the last shout out is to special shout outs to Luke Murta, to Mungo, and to Vlad, 3 really, really good Snake Eyes players who weren't there so that I could top this event. Thank you so much for not coming to Galway.
Cheers.
Cheers.